Hey everybody, welcome back to Slavic Saturday, where we talk about Slavic history, mythology, and folklore. My name is Brendan Noble, author of the Frostmarked Chronicles, which is my fantasy series based on Slavic mythology. This week we return to our series on Slavic dragons with a dragon that's kind of specific to Poland and specifically the city of Krakow, which is the Dragon of Wawel Hill, also known as Smok Wawelski. Before I dive too far into Smok Wawelski, though, I just wanted to remind you, if you are interested in that series, The Frostmarked Chronicles, you can subscribe to my newsletter down below to receive a free ebook copy of The Rider and the Knight. You can also pre-order A Dagger in the Winds, the first book in the series, which will be coming out next month. I'm super excited for both of these releases. Remember to subscribe to my newsletter to learn more, and just stay tuned to this channel. I'll be talking a little bit more about both of these books in the coming weeks. But now, let's dive into talking more about Smok Wawelski. So Smok Wawelski is an interesting dragon because he combines elements of the Slavic style dragons that are kind of unique, as well with the classic European style of a dragon. He has multiple heads, or at least is how it's pictured in the statue that now stands in Krakow. He also was a fire-breathing dragon, but he didn't shapeshift like a lot of dragons or Shmi do in Slavic mythology. We'll be talking about those dragons in future videos, but Smok Wawelski kind of takes on a lot of these elements, and he's a very powerful dragon that would cause a lot of damage to the countryside around Krakow and around the claiming mythological founding of Krakow, or around specifically one hill which is called Wawel Hill, which gives the dragon its name. And emerging from its lair beneath Wawel Hill, the dragon would rain fire upon different villager homes and then steal young women and eat them from the town. So in the Polish chronicle from which the story kind of originally emerged, King Krak, or Krakus, depending on the translation, was the founder of Krakow. He had founded this settlement, and when the dragon emerged, he tried to send warrior after warrior to try to kill this dragon that was raining fire upon his people, but none could stop it. The dragon was too powerful, and no simple warrior could kill the dragon. And so instead, he decided to ask his two sons, Lech and Krak, or Krakus II, to come up with a plan to kill this dragon. In the meantime, Krak, to try to stop the dragon from killing the young women, would offer cattle, or depending on the story, potentially lambs or rams instead, to prevent the dragon from being overly aggressive and killing people. And this is kind of an offering that could appear sometimes in different Slavic myths as well, so is not unfamiliar. And after some time, his sons kind of put their heads together and they came up with a plan to take one of these offerings and put sulfur within it. And what would happen is, when they gave the offering to the dragon and he ate it, Smok Wawelski's, the fire within him burned the sulfur and kind of had the gases burning and things like that. And he was in immense pain, so he rushed to the Vistula River, which runs through Krakow, and tried to drink to, douse the fire. But sulfur fire cannot be doused by water, and he ends up blowing up and dying because of the sulfur. And this trickery allows Lech and Krakus to think they are going to be able to take a lot of honor. And so Krak II and Lech fight over who is going to get that glory, though, because they're two ambitious, greedy brothers. Lech, the older one, kills Krak II and eventually becomes king. Later, though, it is discovered that he killed his brother and he is exiled from the kingdom, and it is claimed that Krakow was then named for his brother's bravery and helping kill the dragon. In an alternate version of the story, it was a cobbler's apprentice named Scuba that actually killed the dragon. In this story, King Krak had put out a reward saying whichever warrior managed to kill the dragon would be able to wed his daughter, and all the warriors had failed throughout the kingdom. But Scuba came around and he realized he was not as strong as these warriors, but that he would have to outsmart the dragon instead. And so he, using the same plan that Lech and Krak said in the other story, managed to defeat Smok Wawelski instead using this plan, and then in the end he was then married to the King Krak's daughter as the reward. So today in Krakow, Wawel Hill has become a popular tourist destination because of this story. Smok Wawelski has a statue in front of what was supposedly his cave, which was beneath Wawel Hill, and it's a statue that with the 7 heads, and popularly one of those heads has a tube through it that will shoot fire once every 5 minutes, or nowadays you can actually send a text message to a certain number and it will breathe fire because of that, and this is apparently one of the most fun things, especially for kids to visit and have fire coming out of the dragon's throat, and then you can visit the cave beneath it as well, and I think that's kind of fun and interesting. Obviously, the founding of Krakow historically was probably less interesting than the story, but it's kind of fun to see the tradition and how things have taken place. And now Wawel Hill nearby is also the Wawel Royal Castle, which is another popular destination in Krakow today. And for the Frostmarked Chronicles, this is a very city-specific dragon, so it will not appear in my stories. Many other dragons will, as well as multi-headed ones, but there are some elements of the story that are kind of fun and may appear either in novellas or the main series itself. And that's all I have for you today on Slavic Saturday. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe down below. I come out with these videos every Saturday.